All right, what's going on, guys? So today what I have for you are some frequently asked questions about real estate that I'm going to go ahead and answer here real quickly. Just a short little clip of this. So some questions that I get asked before starting the home buying process. Number one is, should I talk to a bank before looking at homes? And the answer I will always give is yes, 100%. Go talk to a lender or a bank before looking at homes. Here's the thing. You're going to save yourself so much time rather than going and looking at homes, finding that perfect home that you want, and then being heartbroken because you go to the bank afterward and you find out that you can't afford that house. You know, that house is $300,000, but you're only qualified or approved up to 250 or 200 or whatever the case is. Right? You don't want to get heartbroken. You don't want to waste all your time searching for homes, and you're not going to want to waste anybody else's time doing that. So I would say absolutely 100% get pre-approved before looking at homes. Not only that, but most sellers are going to ask for a pre-approval before, like when you're submitting your purchase offer. So when you have that in hand already, you can just go to your lender and say, hey, type up a updated pre-approval for X amount of dollars. Then you go and you show that to the sellers, and you're golden. Now they know that you're qualified to buy that house, and you just look a little bit better than you would have if you didn't have anything in hand. Because how is that seller going to know if you're qualified to buy that house or not? Right? So you're going to save yourself a little bit of time, and you're going to look a little bit more reputable. If you have questions about who to go to, typically you can always look them up for local lenders. I would recommend a local lender, typically not banks, but other mortgage lenders. You can go to banks too, but somebody who's local, definitely. You want to be able to contact them at nighttime, on the weekends. Whenever you need them, they should be able to answer their phone. So the thing about the banks is typically they have office hours, and they're not going to answer on the weekend or on the nights, the nighttime or anything like that. So definitely go and check out different rates with a bunch of people. But yes, definitely use a lender before buying it or looking at homes. So then another question is, I own a home. Should I buy another before selling my current home? So there's no concrete answer to that I would say is correct, and there's pros and cons to doing it this way and doing it another way. So buying a home before selling your current home, there's a few things that come with this. If you can afford a home without the funds of selling your current home, then great, you can do that. You don't have any contingencies, and that's awesome, right? Go ahead and do that if you want to, if you can afford it. But if you need the funds from selling your current home in order to buy another home, and you try and buy another home first, well, then you're going to have to make that purchase and sale contingent on a sale and transfer of your current home, which means you have to sell your current home, get the funds from that, and put that towards your new home. And a lot of sellers aren't going to like that because, for one, it's going to take time. Two, they don't know if your house is going to sell. And three, they could be missing out on a bunch of other offers that can close much faster. So there's a few instances why a seller might accept that offer, but it's few and far between. So then the other option is selling your current house before buying another house. So you have a little bit of leverage in this. You can sell your house, and in the listing agreement, you can put, contingent on finding a suitable property to buy or something along the lines of that. A buyer in this market right now, in this seller's market, a buyer is going to be more likely to hold out on buying your house or closing on your house than a seller would for you to sell your house. With so many offers coming in, if a buyer loves your house, they'll wait a little bit for you. There's going to be some guidelines where you have to find a certain house in a certain time period set by that buyer, but you're going to be in a much better position to do that. And then you're going to be able to offer on a new house without a contingency of selling your house. So it makes a little bit more sense to do it that way if you can. So then next question is, do I really need to hire a realtor? And this question comes hand in hand with who pays the real estate commissions. Okay, so the answer that I would give is no, you don't have to hire a real estate agent to buy a home. You can do it on your own, but it's a pain in the ass, let me tell you. The paperwork and everything. We understand that you have kids, you have work, your kids have sports, you have animals, you've got this, that, and other. You have family to go hang out with, you have family parties. Things get in the way. So let a real estate agent do all that work for you. It's work that is just, it's going to waste all of your time, and to be frank, you're not necessarily schooled up on all the paperwork and contracts, and just going through an attorney is a little bit, it's going to waste a lot more of your time, and you're not going to get the questions answered that you're going to want answered, okay? So, and then not only that, but as a buyer, you don't pay the real estate fees anyway. 99% of the time, the sellers pay the real estate fees out of the proceeds that they get from their house selling. Okay, so as a buyer, you don't pay the fees. So if that's the case, why wouldn't you hire a buyer's agent to help you buy a house? So then the question is, how do I choose a real estate agent? And my answer is always, and a lot of agents aren't going to tell you this. They're going to say, I'm the best option, right? It's going to be self-promotion. They're always going to say that they're the best option. And to be honest with you, that's not the truth. So here is what the truth is, and a lot of agents won't tell you this, is a majority of real estate agents all have the same resources. We have technology, we have the MLS, we have networks, we have our brokers networks, we have other agents. We all have the same resources most of the time. Okay, so really what you want to look for in an agent is, are your personalities compatible? Will you be able to be with this person and tolerate this person for potentially up to a year or more? However long it takes you to find a house, will you be able to handle these people? And if the answer is no, I'll probably get annoyed. Well, then maybe you shouldn't pick them. Or no, I don't think they'll go to bat for me if something happens. Then maybe you shouldn't pick them. Are they just your friend? Because I don't know about you, but sometimes doing business with a friend could hurt your friendship. And same goes for family, right? So talk to some of your friends and family and see who they use. See who they would recommend. But don't always go to that number one agent in the market. And here's why. Typically, they have a team. And you're not going to be dealing with that agent who's on the sign that you think you're going to be dealing with. You're going to be dealing with their assistants, with their buyer's agents, with their listing agents. You're not going to be talking to them most of the time. And not only that, but if you're in a lower price range, chances are they're going to be helping another client of theirs who's in a higher price range. They're not necessarily going to be working for you the whole time, which in my opinion is kind of effed up. And then here's the other thing. Go ask them if they're going to tell you to spend 20 or 30K over asking price. Because in my opinion, you're not going to get that money back. And I hear agents all the time say, look, with the market how it is right now, you're going to have to put in an offer that's 20, 30K over asking price. And while there's some truth to that, they should not be advising you to do that. In 10 years from now, you won't get that money back. It doesn't make sense for you to spend that much money over asking price. It just doesn't. So if an agent is straight up telling you, hey, you should put in X amount on your offer, well, quite honestly, they're not the one that I would want to pick as my real estate agent and representing me, because it seems like, in my opinion, they're just out for their best interest. They're looking for the money in their pocket rather than how much money is being left in your pocket. And to me, what's most important is actually helping my clients out and keeping as much money in their pocket as humanly possible. So there's that, guys. I hope that answers some of your questions. if you're looking to buy a home, feel free to reach out to me. I'm not going to ask you to be one of my clients or anything like that unless you want to be. But I'll answer your questions truthfully and honestly, and I'm not gonna screw around with you. I'm not gonna toy with you and beat around the bush or anything. I'll give you the straight up answers because I honestly hate the dishonesty that a lot of people have in this industry, and I'm here to kind of debunk some of that and kind of get around some of that and hopefully make my clients' experiences way better and keep as much money in their pocket as possible. So, with that, guys, I hope you took something from this, and we'll see you on the next one.